Going through some changes or updates. Updating the whole damn thing. Reinventing the Scag Freedom Z. I was going to buy a new Scag Cheetah, but realized the damn thing weighs way too much. Very heavy. And still love the weight and the size of the Freedom Z. Decided I'll just wait on the Scag Cheetah, and upgrade this one, make it more comfortable. Definitely going to put some bigger wheels in the front, or wider. These are the 11.5. I know they make the on the newer Freedom Z's, they have the 11.6.5, I think. Well, 6 inches wide. This one's 5 inches wide. Also on these older Freedom Z's, this transmission idler arm, very poor design. On the new ones, they use what do you call it? Ball bearing. What do you call it? Well, actual bearings in this. This thing has plastic bushings. If you can see that. That white thing inside there is a plastic bushing. I think. I'm sure. Last year's model, they upgraded. They put the what do you call it? The darn it, what's it called again? They installed bearings in that thing because those plastic bushings, they go out very quickly. These tire casters right here, they have the plastic bushings in them, and they wear down really quickly. I had installed a brand new set on each caster, and it only lasted me for about 1 year. The tires wobble, they make noises. On my new 52-inch Freedom Z, I noticed that the front caster wheels, they actually have bearings inside of them now, and they're so much better than this crap of these plastic dumb bushings that they installed in these things for years. And on my new Freedom Z, it doesn't even make any noises. It doesn't wobble. It's like any other I guess like garden tractors. They have, a lot of them have the higher end garden tractors or the riding lawnmowers. They have the ball bearing, or maybe not ball bearings, but well, I guess they would have to be. They're the bearings. They have actual bearings not these white sleeved plastic bushings. So when I update the front tires, the front casters, I will be getting the ball bearings in them, because the bushings, like I was just saying, they don't last. They get worn, and the diameter of that thing, it gets so worn out. It's so, like, it just wobbles. But this thing here that I was talking about is the transmission idler arm that goes here and connects to a what do you call that? The whatever that thing is, I can't remember, idler or something, but well, that's underneath that. And with the arm here, it was wobbling to the point where it would just make noises every time, even that idling. But when I would crank it all the way at full throttle, of course it didn't make any noises, because it was spinning fast. But at idle speed or slow speed or medium speed, it definitely did wobble. It was noticeable, and I didn't like that. So, like I said, I ordered the new one for the 2019 Scag Freedom, and I noticed that they have bearings in this thing now instead of the plastic bushing or bushings. And also the transport deck lever thing here stopped working on me, and it too has some sort of plastic bushing and an Allen screw there. I went ahead and ordered the whole new thing there, new bushings, and hopefully that works when I get that installed, because it'll catch, but it won't hold it. It'll just pop right back up, and the deck won't stay there when I'm transporting on and off the trailer, or just moving around with the deck being held up by that. I mean, it's not a big deal, but I'd like everything to work properly. So what I've been doing is just putting my pen into the highest point there and leaving it in there, and it stays there until I get ready to cut, or when I'm loading and unloading. But for the most part, it's an excellent mower. Cuts very good, especially now with the baffles that I had installed there. And yeah, this thing it needs the baffles. If you want a very good cut, and oh yeah, the reason I installed those baffles, the deck baffles, this thing here, one is outside, the other one is inside. There are the screws. I don't know why it's like that, but it's installed inside the deck, and this one is installed outside. Or you could see part of it there on the outside of it, but it keeps the the grass from blowing from the front and getting all over you. I guess what they call blowback. When I first had this machine, I noticed that there was a lot of blowback. I was being covered with a lot of dust. I mean, dirt, grass clippings and stuff, and I Didn't know why until I heard somebody else was having that problem. Then what they did, they told me, hey, you need the deck baffles that you can get online. They still make these, so they are available. Just, I think almost anything on this machine, you can still purchase it. In fact, I think they're still making this, so this has been around since 2007, so the parts are out there. And I think the baffles, they're part of the mulching kit or something, but you can order the baffles individually. You don't have to order the whole kit. And like I said, it does make a difference. It's a huge difference if you own one of these Scag Freedom Z's. And if you install those, you'll notice a big difference. No more grass clippings, no more dust, blowback, shooting up from the front and hitting you in the face or all over your, clothing or front area. You don't have to deal with that anymore. Because I almost got rid of this because of that. It cuts very good though. The deck is sturdy. It's commercial. I think it's commercial grade compared to, definitely compared to, what's that? The one I used to have, which was the Hustler. The Hustler's fine, but this thing blows it away. It's so sturdy, and the cut is so much better. Yeah, so I'm basically kind of restoring this thing. This is a 2007 model, so when I got it, I think I paid like $1,000 for it. It was in real bad condition. The kid that I got it from, a young man, he was kept it outside, so it wasn't kind of like in the rain. But he did have it. He told me he put it underneath a little carport or something, or shed area. Yeah, right away I knew what I was getting. I just, I just wanted the transmissions to be okay, and you know what, the transmissions are fine. They're 3100 hydrostatic. I think it's 31. Let's see. There we go. 31, and I think the original hours is that was on here was like, I think 500 hours, which, sounds like a lot, but for a 2007 model, no, not really. Yeah, one of the biggest things I did was I put a new commercial engine. It had a Briggs & Stratton, like 24 horsepower, or 25. Oh, maybe it was 26, but it was a crappy engine. I had to replace the head gaskets on that Briggs & Stratton because of the, I guess the gaskets on there were blown. I was getting a lot of oil in the cylinders, or I mean not cylinders. What do you call it? I don't know what you call it, but I was getting a lot of white smoke coming out of the dipstick area every time I would check the oil. So I knew right away there was a problem with the gasket heads or something. So I did that. When I did replace the head gaskets on the original Briggs & Stratton, it did work. It fixed it, it corrected it, but I didn't like it. I still didn't like it. I wanted a commercial engine, so I got this Kawasaki FX 730V. Not a whole lot of information on how to wire it. But I think I did. I found some type of old Scag. I think it was a Freedom Z that had a Kawasaki. It wasn't an FX Kawasaki, but it was a Kawasaki engine. And looked at that schematic. For the most part, all I had to buy was this conversion clip there, that white one there. right in front of that red battery cable. It was a Kawasaki clip that Scag sells. You just clip that on there. The other ends go onto the engine here, which kind of simple, but you know, I had to do a lot of searching online. Yeah, and I guess I got lucky because it it works. Turned on right away. I didn't have any problems. I still don't. I mean, I've never had a problem since I first started it. Didn't have to rewire or move wires around. It actually worked. But like I was saying, for the most part, it's a very good mower. It came with 20-inch rims, but I upgraded to the 22 rims here, or 22-inch tire with a 10-inch rim, I think. Or is it 11? Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a 12-inch rim, but 22-inch tires. It originally came with 20-inch tires. But I think the Scag Freedom Pro Z, Freedom Pro Z or whatever, Freedom Pro has 22-inch rims. I mean 22-inch tires with 12-inch rims, so that's where I got the idea that 22-inch tires will fit, and it did. And then, of course, this deck guard, the rubber deck guard that's right there. Yeah, so I'm about to. Oh, the other thing I didn't like. There's the scalp wheels. There's one on one side, two in the middle, but there isn't any over here. There's not even one. That's my biggest complaint about this model. They can't put a scalp wheel there. There's an area where you can, which I am. I'm going to go. That's one thing I'm going to do. I'm going to install a wheel right there behind the tire there. Right there. I'm going to put a wheel there, which means I am going to have to bend this front end there, because that wheel, I tried